Hello everybody, Matthew Armstrong here on day 41 of this 100-day financial freedom challenge. And I just got off the phone earlier on with a guy, awesome guy who's just joined the team. A young guy, 19 years old. He just saw the light, had an awareness, had a realization that he was living the life other people want to live. He stepped out of the programs and he just walked out of university, left university, and he started watching this video series almost immediately, and he's now joined our team. And he just called me today and he was just in tears of joy, saying, I just had a breakthrough. I just realized I can do whatever the hell I like with my life. I can do anything. He just felt total freedom, total joy, and gratitude. And it was an incredible thing. It was an amazing thing. And he's going to be an absolute rock star. So look out for him when he comes along. I'm glad he's on my team anyway. So it's just awesome when things like that happen, And he was telling me about some tools and strategy that I talked about in a previous video. He's feeling all this resistance, and he just used those tools and strategies, and he just had the breakthrough, and the programs came crashing down. And that can happen. That can really happen. Breakthroughs like that can happen, and our life can just shift in an instant. It's amazing when it happens, and it's a beautiful thing to see. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate the guy for calling me just as he had his breakthrough, because I could see the clearness in his face and how everything just relaxed, and it was an amazing thing. So it's interesting. I find that a lot of people still have maybe one of the biggest aversions, the biggest illogical aversions that people have is to money. It's a curious thing. I find it such a curious thing. And I guess it's just because it's what we've been programmed with. We get programmed with, especially from the religions. You read it in the Bible, the root of all evil, money is the root of all evil, right? Something like that is quoted in the Bible. Money is the root of all evil. And then it's also said, I had a conversation with a guy today, and he said greed is the root of all evil. And it's interesting, people that say that money is the root of all evil and greed is the root of all evil, these people are generally broke. Interesting thing, or just have very little money. So I definitely have to say, hold on a minute, that's just BS. Money is the root of all evil, greed is the root of all evil. No, I just don't buy into that at all. Money is just a tool, right? It's like saying electricity is the root of all evil, because you can actually take electricity and you can create the electric chair, and you can kill people, and you can create taser guns, and you can kill people with electricity, right? People get killed by lightning. Electricity is the root of all evil. It's just insane, right? It's just electricity is a tool. It can be used for different things. It can be used to light things up. It can be used to keep us warm. It can be used to keep us alive. Electricity can be used for awesome things, and it can also be used for terrible things. We can stick someone in a chair and put something on their head and electrocute them to death. But that's to make electricity the root of all evil. It just makes it a tool. It's the person that's using it. They can use it for whatever they want. It's the same with a hammer. You can take a hammer and you can build a house, and you can shelter your whole family with not just a hammer, but a hammer bangs in lots of nails, right? Or you can take a hammer and you can bang someone's head in, But that doesn't make hammer is the root of all evil. Hammer is just a hammer. It's just a tool. You can use it for different things. Money is a tool. You can use money for different things. You can use money. Sure, you can use money to help millions of people. You can save lives with money. You can, feed millions of people. You can do whatever you want with money. Or you can use money to, to start a war. You can use money to, sell arms or buy arms or whatever. You can use money for all sorts of things, buy drugs, sell drugs, whatever, So there's a million and one things you can use money for. So, but that doesn't make money evil. That's just insane. That's just like looking at things with the blinkers on. So, if you bought into that program at any stage in your life that money is the root of all evil, or greed is the root of all evil, I just don't buy into that. Like greed doesn't actually hurt people. What hurts people is the use of force, or the threat of the use of force. If you threaten someone and say, okay, if you don't do this, then I'm going to do this, that's a threat for the use of force. To me, And that's actually encroaching on someone's freedom. That's actually trying to take something away from them. That's intimidating them. That's trying to put fear into them to try and control them. To me, if you're looking for the root of all evil, then it is the use of force against another, or the threat of the use of force, the intimidation of it. You could maybe call that the root of all evil. But what's greed? You know, like some person can be greedy and hoard all their stuff and hoard all their money and sit on top of a big hill somewhere, but they're not hurting anybody else. It's the person that's going out there and saying, you give me that, or this is going to happen, or you're going to do what I say, or whatever. That could be maybe called the root of all evil. That's what wars are. Wars are the use of force, or the threat of the use of force. That's what wars are. That's where people are mugged and stolen from stuff. People are forced into doing or threatened. That is what causes war. That's what causes if there's no peace in the world, that's why there's no peace. Because people are using force against others. So that is maybe the evil that we want to eradicate. But money has nothing to do with that, right? You can use money for whatever you want. So let's just have a look at what we can use money for. If you ever heard of the Wheel of Life, it's a pretty cool way of explaining things. My perfect circle. So this is the Wheel of Life. So within this Wheel of Life we have, let's say, a number of different sections for, I don't know, I've done this wrong. Okay, let's fix it. Okay, so we can have a number of different areas in life, but let's just say we have, how many is that? 6. Let's just say we have 6 areas of life. So we probably have our physical body, let's say. That's an area of life for most of us. Physical body. We have our mental and emotional self. We have what could be called spirituality. We have finances. We have our social life, and we will have maybe our vocation, or our career. I haven't put relationships in there, so maybe relationships could go with spirituality. Relationships could be called spirituality, right? Your relationship with ourselves, relationship with others. So I'm actually just going to stick, whether you agree or not, so I'm going to stick relationships with spirituality, because what is spirituality anyway? Is it just our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with others, our relationship with our planet, our relationship with the animal kingdom, our relationship with the universe, our relationship with God? That's spirituality. It's our relationships. Spirituality, relationships. I'm just going to marry them together. So that we have all these areas of life, and at different times, maybe some things are good, some things are bad. So maybe our physical body, that's like really top. Maybe it's like a number 8. So we'll give like a body like a number 8. Maybe socially, we don't kind of do too much socially, so maybe we'll just put that down at number 3. Maybe our finances, that's kind of like down there. Oh yeah, we think money is the root of all evil, and it's bad to be greedy, so we'll put that down at number 2. So spiritual relationships, that's at like number 5, let's say. Mental emotional self, that's at like number 6. Vocation, career, that is at number, let's say, 6 as well. Okay, so on our wheel of life, our wheel doesn't work too well. We move through life and it's going ba-dunk, dunk, ba-dunk, dunk, ba-dunk, dunk, because we haven't really filled up all these things. We're going through life going ba-dunk, dunk. And what happens when life speeds up? When things start to happen, when stresses happen, when things in the environment happens, that wheel speeds up even more, and goes dunk, 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 it speeds up and it gets out of control and it just flies off the road and crashes into a wall or grass verge, and we just have a complete meltdown, breakdown. Unless we have everything balanced here. So, how do you get everything else balanced? If we want to improve our social life, our social standing, whatever, it's going to take more money generally, to be more social. I remember when we didn't have any money, we couldn't even afford to go to a yoga class. We want to go to this Course in Miracles sort of spiritual group. We couldn't afford to pay the €5 to go to that group. We couldn't go out and meet people. We couldn't go to events, go to parties. If we're invited to a party, we didn't have enough money to buy a present to bring to the party. So there was a time when we lived like hermits because, we didn't actually have the money to be social. So the more money you have, so you increase your finances, and then you start to increase your social life because you can do more stuff, right? You increase your finances, you increase your spirituality and relationships because, if you're worried about money, if you're thinking about how you're going to make money the next month or how you're going to pay the bills or whatever, what's your relationship going to be like with yourself? You're just going to be stressed, you're not going to be feeling so good. You might have low self-worth because you're thinking, God, I can't make the money or whatever. You're going to be fighting with your other significant other, because you're just going to be stressed about things. Biggest reason for breakups is money issues, and you're going to be arguing about petty things. Your relationship with other people aren't going to be good. Your relationship with God, God, why aren't you giving me money? Why are you doing this to me? I'm just kind of half joking. So you start making more money, and then this starts building as well. Mental and emotional self. It's hard to kind of sit there and meditate and study and read and stuff when you've got financial difficulties. There's plenty of courses that I love going and doing courses and seminars, and it's one of the things that gives me the most juice in life, that I get the most out of is traveling around the world and doing various courses and seminars and workshops and learning and growing and putting myself in the environment with people like that. That takes money. And when I did do that, I was growing at a huge rate. And when I didn't have money and I wasn't able to do that, it was very frustrating. There's all these events happening around the world and I wasn't able to go to them. And so that was very frustrating. So when I have more money, I'm able to go to these different events, I'm able to grow and expand, and that connects with my relationships, my spirituality, because I meet more people, and also connects to my social as well. So yeah, that all builds as well. The more finances we kind of create. Physical body. Sure, we can be fit and strong, without the money, but organic food here is like in a lot of places about 3 times, 4 times, sometimes 5 times as much. I buy organic apples here. They're €4.53 a kilogram for organic apples. I can go and get them for €1 a kilogram non-organic. If I want organic apples, they're 4.5 times as much. That's the cost. So sure, the more money I have, I can eat everything organic. There, boom, boom. Go higher up there, yeah? More money. How about a vocation career? Sure, we can. Some people are working in jobs that they hate because what they actually love to do, they can't actually make any money from it. Say maybe that person's a musician or something, but they have to work their day job. They work their 8, 12 hours a day before they can go out and play a bit of music in the night time, and they're totally wrecked, and then they can't really put their full energy into it. But you've got the finance. You create the financial freedom. You can start to lift up this as well. There was a couple of a couple of musicians, and since they've built they used to live underneath a bar in the cellar. That's where they used to live, a couple of musicians. Now, they've bought themselves this amazing house. They're within Power Network. They're some of the top leaders with them, and they've kitted out the whole basement with the most amazing music studio to create records and soundproofed and all the highest technology, because now they've got the money to do that, and now they can make the albums they want to make, and they've got the marketing experience where they can sell them, and they've got the money to back it, to advertise and to get the best label designers in and all that sort of stuff. So sure, you get more money, you start to create a financial freedom, and then this increases as well, and then everything. It just increases everything. You just build it up, build it up, build it up, build everything up, fill everything up. So that's why it is so important that you let go of the ridiculous aversion to money, thinking that money is the root of all evil, or it's greedy to have money. No, the more money you have, the more you can fill up every single area of your life, magnify it, and by doing that, you're able to help so many more people. You're able to have so much more of a positive impact on this planet. And if you're watching these videos, I know that you're a decent person, and you're not someone who's going to take the money and go and do something harmful with it or anything like that. You're someone who wants to actually have a positive impact on the planet. You want to maybe make a difference, leave a legacy, or whatever. And the more money you have, the more better you can do that. Make sense? So remember that. That's the wheel of life. Finances. It's crucial. It's crucial, and not just having the money, but also having the time. And that's why that's the beauty of Empower Network. You're going to have the time and the money. You have to put some hard work in at the beginning, get it building up a little bit, and then you spin it, and just let it spin, and then you can live the life of your dreams. Simple as that. So click on the link below, join our team, and start doing that. If you haven't watched all the videos, make sure you click on this link here, watch video 1, and watch them all sequentially. That's very important too for the full transformative effect of this video series. I believe that's what I've been informed by my higher self, I think. So make sure you click on the link below, join our team, and let's take it from there.